What is the most heartbreaking thing a parent has said to you? I was 14 when I walked in on my mother having an affair with my father's best friend. I was so bewildered by it that I kinda emotionally shut down until I found the courage to tell my father. When I told him, he simply said, "I know." He was a broken man, perhaps beyond repair of any kind. Even being a man of faith as I am, I've never experienced that much pain inside someone else. And I never expected my father, my hero, my role model, to look at a 14-year-old kid who knew nothing outside of the hallways of high school, and simply break. Spiritually, mentally, and physically, I watched him every day destroy himself. But wasn't destruction, because he didn't care about it. It was torture. Eventually, it grew to the point where he was gone for days at a time, home long enough to get clothes for work. I'll give him that, despite his pain, he still provided for us. But the father figure, the leader of the family, was gone. I stepped up and took care of my sisters as much as I could. One day though, he stumbled inside after 3 days of being gone, and I confronted him with absolute rage. "What kind of man are you that you'd be so selfish as to not see your own kids are hurting just as much as you are? You don't think I don't want to escape this? You don't think your daughters aren't hurting too, Dad?" He responded, "Don't worry about my daughters, Cameron. Worry about yourself. You're not even my son." I didn't respond. He was drunk, but I still could hear the conviction of the statement in his voice. I knew he was right. My mother had me before her, and my father started dating way back when. He dropped out of school to help support me and my mother when my biological father left. He was 17 with the whole world ahead of him. He never did it for me. He did it for my mother, and I knew that. I always knew that. But I never considered it a true theory until he confirmed it. The saddest moment of my life thus far is the day my hero, my role model, the man I looked up to and strived to be a fraction of, disowned me. He apologized, of course, and I forgave him, but it didn't change the fact that what he said was indeed the truth and that he meant it. I don't look at my father as my father, I look at him as a shepherd really, and I am his sheep. Not born of him, or blood bound, but I am as much his as I am my mother's, and I'd follow him anywhere he leads me.